Aaron, we're back.
We are. 29, episode 29.
Episode 29. Speaking of 29, didn't you just turn 29 over the weekend or something like that?
Around there.
Around that age.
We'll go with that.
Aaron, how was your weekend?
It was
Happy
fun.
birthday.
Thank you so much. It was fun. I won't be doing that again for a while, but it was fun. We had a good time.
Time to rest and rehydrate, my friend.
Oh, 100%. I sadly agreed to a birthday breakfast the next day, and that was not a good idea.
Regretted immediately.
You live and you learn. You live and you learn.
You sure do. Well, Tri-State, our sweet Aaron Weeks, celebrated another trip around the sun over the weekend, and I was a terrible friend and didn't even realize it was his birthday.
I don't make it
He did
public
not
knowledge,
make
so
a spectacle out of it, to which I said, oh, but I do. You'll know in the month of April real fast when it's my birthday. We'll have weeks to prepare.
I'm excited for it.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Of course, you are so beloved. The amount of people that rallied around this man over the weekend. He basically took over Evansville this weekend. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
We'll do it again next year.
We will.
All right. So we're back in action.
Yes.
Another week.
Another week, another dollar.
Lots of topics. Of course, if you're a first-time listener, welcome in. We're glad to have you. And maybe you are one of our OGs from the beginning, one of our ride or dies. We're so grateful for you. It's usually our friends and family members that we force to listen to the show. But hey, we'll take it either way.
We'll take what we can get, honestly.
Okay, so you guys know the drill. We're going to start with some local things that are happening. We're going to move over to movies, music, celebrity news, and then we're even going to recap a little bit of the Olympics on this week's show.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Exciting stuff. And of course, we, like you said, start with local. So what do you have for us?
That's right. Okay, Aaron, glad you asked. So we kind of like to do this too in case maybe you're, wanting to plan out your weekend ahead of time here. These shows usually drop on a Friday. So this one's a cool one to know about. Steel Magnolias over at River Park Center. So the stage production of the show there, it's going to be coming to the River Park Center in Owensboro, Kentucky on Saturday, February 28th. So it's coming up. The show is going to kick off at 7 o'clock if you guys want to go check it out. And it's just part of the Center's 2025 through 26 Broadway season. Aaron, of course, I think all of us have seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I definitely have. I mean,
and if you haven't, what are you doing?
Drink your juice, Shelby.
Drink your Shelby, drink your juice. Iconic
I love it.
scene.
I love it.
Iconic cast.
Yes.
I have actually seen the stage adaptation of the show.
Now, it's a musical version of it or just a play version?
So the version
I know the
I saw
movie
was
is based on a play.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Yes.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah. But hey, we love a good switch up. I appreciate it.
It's very rare that you hear like a movie is based, or I'm sorry, it's very rare that a book is based on a movie. That's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah.
It's always the movie is based on the book, not the book based on the movie. And in this case, it's the play that the movie got. I didn't know that. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense?
No, I'm following you.
Okay.
I'm meeting you there. I promise.
The people listening aren't following, but you speak Casie at this point.
Of course.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. No, so, okay, I don't believe it's a musical, at least the one I saw, the version of Steel Magnolias, although I'm sure it could be done. And what a show it would be.
Oh my gosh.
The number where they sing Shelby Drink Her Juice would be an interesting one, Aaron.
That would be hilarious.
But yeah, it's the play that I saw. They did it at Gibson County years ago, and I completely sobbed. The cast that we had, even on a local small town level, absolutely killed it. It was such a good performance. I remember, I think it was like the summer before I went into college, like maybe 19 or so. Not that my age matters. I don't know why I'm sharing that. That was just when I saw it, but it's been that many years ago, and it's still, I remember being like, now that was a good movie,
Sometimes
but wow,
the
play is great.
Good plays.
So good. So if you've seen Steel Magnolias, the movie, great, but I truly encourage you to go check out your local theater, support them there in Owensboro, and go check out this show.
Yeah. And speaking of more theater productions and some more local news, everybody's favorite Scottish nanny is headed to Evansville. Mrs. Doubtfire the musical is coming to the Old National Event
Mrs. Doubtfire, dear.
Yes, at the Aiken Theater. Now, the musical is based on the 1993 hit film starring Robin Williams, where basically he's a father who dresses up as a nanny to spend time with his...
He dresses in drag.
Yes, basically. He's dressed in drag, but in like the classiest way possible.
Obviously.
He, does this to spend time with his kids while he's going through a divorce. And, chaos ensues from there. And tickets actually are available right now on Ticketmaster.com and DoubtfireThemusical.com/tour. Now, this show takes place Thursday, March 12th, so you've got some time to get your tickets, and that'll start at 7:30.
Oh my gosh, another great one. I would love to go see this one.
A musical version of it. Didn't even know it existed, but
either.
hey, I would love to see it.
I remember this movie
Do you think they would
so well.
do a rendition of Dude Looks Like a Lady?
I know. That's the song that comes to mind. That's like the theme of that movie. That when he's walking across the street.
I love it.
I just nobody does it better than Robin Williams. R.I.P. But that movie was, oh my gosh, part of our childhood.
Yes, it was.
So good.
And also so sad.
I was just getting ready to say that. As
ending,
an adult, it
we won't
hits
spoil
different.
it if you haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
that ending really resonates. If you're a child of divorce, as I am, it really resonates with you.
Well, it's as a parent, you are like, he is doing anything to spend time with his kids. We need more Mrs. Doubtfires out there. I remember as a kid, too, I didn't like when he'd go back to, Robin Williams would go back to the dad. I was like, I don't like the dad. I want Mrs. Doubtfire. If we all could have had a Mrs. Doubtfire or a Mary Poppins growing up, the world would probably be a better place.
I would love it.
So yeah, that one's going to be good. Definitely interesting that it's a musical. I don't think I can make it to this, but if there's a way I want to make sure at some point in my life I see this show.
It would be awesome.
I love theater.
I do too. You get that over the top like acting, and you got to have that stage presence. I mean,
We know, guys.
we know. We've been in them before, man.
As
but
former thespians ourselves on a local level.
yes, just chucking Tony Awards at us.
I know, right?
But in movie adjacent, we have movie news. What do you got for us?
Yeah, let's move to our movie section of the show here. This one is awesome. After years of fan comparisons, finally it's happening. Lily Collins was officially cast to play Audrey Hepburn in an upcoming film that's going to be centered on the making of that 1961 classic, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Huge news, Aaron. What did you think when you heard this announcement?
Like crazy. Obviously, I can see it. There are some. I mean, they've got such similar looks, but I mean, shock to the system. I'm a huge Breakfast at Tiffany's fan, and when I first watched it, it was like on repeat for a while. I was like, I don't know, maybe 21 when I discovered it. You hear about it. It's one of those movies, kind of like in the Marilyn Monroe kind of
Era,
cut from the same cloth sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's an
Classic
iconic
Hollywood.
image of Audrey Hepburn in that black dress and that little tiara. But I'm interested to see what they do with it.
I think Lily Collins could not have been a more
That is
perfect pick.
casting.
People have just been doing, again, they said comparisons for so long, and I mean, they are twins. They look so
really
much
are.
alike. And she's a great actress. Now, a lot of people are wondering, okay, what's it going to be about? So what we know so far, the project here, which has actually been in development for nearly a decade, they've been trying to get this off the ground. It's going to be a behind-the-scenes drama of kind of what took place, rather than just a traditional life-spanning biopic of Audrey. Instead, they're exploring kind of that specific era there during what they are calling the chaotic production of Breakfast at Tiffany's. Of course, there was a lot that went on behind the scenes, including just those creative clashes between Hepburn and director Blake Edwards. Also, the movie's author. There was just a lot going on with big personalities during this big production. So that's what they're doing with this role. So it's not really a biopic on Audrey Hepburn, but just on that filming of Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think people will enjoy that.
Absolutely. I think there's such an audience that adores that movie still, where it's just like everybody wants a peek behind the curtain.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And it's such an iconic film, and to see it like have drama behind the scenes of like,
It'll be good.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be good. Okay. And then Lily, of course, Collins said, this is a dream role. She's frequently paid tribute to Hepburn as she does the role now of Emily in Paris. If you guys haven't watched that, it's on Netflix. That's kind of her big show she's known for right now. And she'll do kind of just, a little homage to Audrey and different scenes in that show. You can kind of see her bringing Audrey to life through her character, Emily in Paris. And she said she's, quote, honored and ecstatic to have finally landed this role.
I'm excited for her. That's a big get. Like, you want to talk about a career move up. That could, she's gotten a Golden Globe nomination for Emily in Paris. For God's sake, she can get one for this, I'm sure.
And for our listeners, did you know, fun fact, she is Phil Collins' daughter.
Yep.
The musician, iconic Phil Collins. I jokingly Googled that. I was like, Phil Collins? And they're like, oh, no, that really is his daughter. So that's kind of funny. I think people don't realize that. It really is his daughter.
I think it's like, kind of Nepo baby, but not really.
Yeah, it's one of those.
You don't
where
really put the two together ever.
That's exactly right. Or
Unless you're in the deep cut of like his lore, you don't
Yeah.
really know about her.
I love that she's kind of stands on her own.
Exactly.
She definitely has a famous dad, but she's kind of doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick before we move on here, Aaron, I have to ask, who would play you in your biopic?
Oh, God.
I think we've asked this before.
I feel like, yeah. Who
With
would play
I think when
her?
Jackie Monroe was on the
Yes.
podcast, we were like, who
She
would play
was-
us in movies?
She was Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway,
Yes.
because I think their voices. It wasn't so much looks. It was. Now I'm going to strictly go on voices here.
Okay.
Who would look like Aaron? I'm trying to think.
Ooh, I have two actors.
I just
in
build
mind.
you up. I'm like Brad Pitt,
I wish. No, I think
Jacob.
there's Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi.
I mean, spitting image.
He's like,
right
Casey,
here.
what do you want? Again, my birthday's coming.
Just put Jacob Elordi in a pair of glasses.
There you go. It's like Harry Potter meets Jacob Elordi.
Not a bad get. If Harry Potter wanted to play me,
I mean, Daniel Radcliffe all the way, guys.
Come
I could see
on.
it. I could see
I
it.
was always thinking if you've ever watched Grey's Anatomy, there's a character named Schmidt on there, glasses.
Okay.
So him or. There's a character, again, another medical drama, on the Pit called Whitaker. Put him in a pair of glasses, and I think he would do good.
Yeah. I always had hoped like Reese Witherspoon or Jen Aniston, but I've heard people say Cameron Diaz back in her.
Okay.
When she was
I
more,
could definitely
she's older
see
than
that.
me when she was my age that I am now.
Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Full
Cameron
throttle,
Diaz.
let's go. So, but also
love
I'm
that.
like feeling weird now for giving myself. I'm like, just only the most beautiful people in Hollywood. So
Why
Casey
not?
thinks highly of herself. No, I
As
do
you
not.
should, as
I'm
you
just
should.
basically going on my dream. If someone were to dream cast someone to play
Me being the
my
realist
movie.
that I am, I'm like, I gotta get, I
need to find like a lowly reality star to play me.
a decent actor and kind of vaguely looks like me.
That's right. There you
So
go.
there you go.
Well, stand by for our biopics coming out soon. Aaron, let's move to another movie related topic here. You take this one away.
Yeah, award season obviously continues, and the BAFTA Awards came with that. So this past Sunday were the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards, and there were some very surprising wins and some shocking moments. Now let's start with some winners. In, a shocking twist, Robert Aramayo.
You said that well.
Aramayo.
Aramayo.
I had to really sound that one out, guys, so bear with me. He won Best Lead Actor for his performance in I Swear, which was kind of crazy because he beat the frontrunner
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet, which I kind of admire about the BAFTAs. They don't really go off of let's just be honest here. There's some he's definitely going to win picks. I appreciate the BAFTAs because they don't go by that.
know where they're going to go.
You never know where they're going
Sometimes
to go.
they do, sometimes they don't.
I love it. But Best Film and Best Director went to one battle after another, with Paul Thomas Anderson winning for Best Director. Jessie Buckley took home Best Actress with her work in Hamlet. And Sinners took home Best Original Screenplay. You know where I stand with that
Dude, I'm
film.
telling you, that was the movie that Aaron recommended I watch around Halloween, and now we can't get enough of it. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Now, there was a sour moment at the award ceremony. We've got to talk about it. It's,
Yes. Oh, we talked about this. I anchored
talked about it
the
on
11 o'clock yesterday.
The actual
and
14 News.
We actually ran it as a story. As I was
Yes.
reading the story live on air yesterday, I was like, okay, what am I had to make sure I was reading this right. So, Aaron, you break it down.
Yes. Sorry, I almost got ahead of myself there. During the awards ceremony, Tourette's syndrome activist John Davidson yelled the N-word whenever Michael B. Jordan and his co-star Delroy Lindo appeared on stage at the BAFTA Awards. The host of the show, Alan Cumming, addressed the situation, saying in part, "This is a part of how Tourette's syndrome shows up in some people," and he said, "Thank you for understanding and helping create a respectable place for everyone." But I gotta say, not a good look. Not a good look.
Yeah, I believe that they went ahead and aired it, and I believe obviously censored it out, but let the show still run. But yeah, that's one of those difficult moments. I hate that happened, and also it's one of those things where it's like they also the individual was there because they were bringing light to Tourette syndrome and kind of you see more and more. There's a show that airs on forgetting TLC, I believe.
Is it that the TikTok girl?
Yes,
Bailey, yes.
And bless her heart, I know that she's out there trying to advocate for it, and that can't be easy.
No.
But you have these moments here that that definitely took people. It took a lot of people off guard, and it was a moment for sure that the show is now definitely people are talking about today, making waves with that. So that's why we shared it today, because it's been kind of the talk of the town here with the BAFTAs. It kind of there were a lot of great big moments from the night, but that was one of those that took over. It kind of reminds me of a similar, Will Smith's slap that was heard around the world. It overshadowed
everything.
The Oscars a little bit, and I hate that because everybody's getting celebrated that night. But if they can make sure to, I think everybody, including the individuals up on stage, handled it with grace and class, and I think that's one of those learning moments.
Yes, definitely agree with that. And, pivoting from movies to music, I've got, one that I've been waiting for. You never know when some things are going to happen. There's always like rumors of reunions or specials or stuff. But Miley Cyrus, she is set to return to her origins with Hannah Montana, the 20th year special.
The wig is back.
And it is. I've seen pictures. It is.
God-awful wig.
God bless her. Those fringe bangs. But, the special is said to celebrate the iconic series that helped define an entire generation of people. The special is sent to be filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Cool.
Which is so cool. And it'll feature an in-depth interview with Call Her Daddy host Alex Cooper.
Not someone you expect to see with the Disney Channel.
No, definitely not. But I appreciate it. I'm excited to see what they do with it. But Disney executives say Miley will revisit the moments, music, and memories that define that era. And viewers will be treated to never-before-seen archival footage of the show, while some of the most memorable sets from Hannah Montana are brought back to life, including the Stewart home, the living room, and the legendary Hannah Montana closet.
I love it. Aaron, anything about her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus?
We do not know. No comment.
I'm not sure. No comment yet.
Not comment yet.
He neither confirms nor denies.
I don't see it happening, because they're, in a little bit of a rift. But, we don't know. They could have made up by now, and we just don't know.
Maybe the whole Beckham family will
You gotta
show up.
watch.
We never know.
You got to watch and see. But the special is set to air on March 24th. Now, I was starting to kind of phase out of Disney Channel, but I was still in.
Oh, yeah.
Still kind of in whenever Hannah Montana started. So it's semi my generation, but really starting to go out of it.
You are right there. I was
at the border.
Yes, it's like I was just a little too old for Disney Channel right when Miley Cyrus. I actually remember the movie, the Hannah Montana movie came out while I was college aged. Now, did I go see it in the movies?
Of course
I did.
I did too.
Was I a little bit embarrassed if anyone saw me there? Maybe a little bit, but you know what? When I learned
Unfortunately, I had no shame in the game.
My friends and I, we learned the hoedown, if you will, the boom, boom, clap, the little dance.
The hoedown, throwdown.
The hoedown, throwdown. Thank you, Aaron Weeks. And I was like, yeah, I'm in college, and I'm here at the movie theater.
Let's talk about a banger, though, The Climb.
It was such a good song. I've actually interviewed the woman who wrote that song.
That's crazy.
I'm blanking on her name right now, so now my story is not as cool for you.
No, but that's still cool. Shout out to you, girl.
Songwriters, they're all in Nashville.
Yes, they
pretty
are.
Much any big song, they wrote it in Nashville. I remember them talking about that song just grew into. She said, I had no idea it would be such a beast, and it was life changing. She says, it still pays the bills.
I'm sure it does. It's still huge.
Yeah. Well, back on track though. I like to take my side roads. I will say that movie was so fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes.
And I love to see Miley Cyrus embracing a character.
Yes, because for a while she did not want anything to do with Hannah Montana, which is rightfully so, because, if you get pigeonholed and boxed into one thing, you don't want that to happen in your career, especially whenever it's children's programming related and you're trying to become an adult.
Yes.
But I'm glad that she's separated herself enough to where she can look back at it fondly now and give it the recognition again.
Yes. I feel like a lot of those Disney Channel star kids are like, let's move past this.
Yes.
But I love when there's history. It's all water under the bridge, as they would say. Yeah. And let's get those bangs back out.
I'm excited.
I am too. You get the best of both worlds.
Always.
You get it. That's
there
the theme
it is.
song of the
I
show.
love it.
Fun fact.
We have more music news.
All
We've
right.
talked about this before.
Oh,
so this is a little follow-up.
Guess who's back? Okay, you guys, another fun pun there from me today. So Backstreet Boys.
Yep.
I love it. I'm so happy. they are set to extend their residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas. So if you missed the show the first time, the boys are back. All right. So they are officially extending their Into the Millennium residency with 12 new dates for this summer, 2026. And this was really, Aaron, due to that massive demand following those 35 sold out shows. The group now added 2 6-show blocks in the months of July and August. So again, it's happening this summer. And tickets are already on sale right now. If they're not already sold out when you're listening to this, I really...
Your sister Sean went to. I'm so jealous. But I am not surprised because I've seen so many TikToks on my For You page of everybody's coming in dressed in silver and just like their Y2K outfits.
Oh, yeah.
It's something, and they just have those songs, that catalog you cannot beat.
They stand the test of time.
They do.
In fact, so much so that there has been a side news story here to go along with this. Backstreet Boys have been pitching that they be next year's Super Bowl halftime show. And they said, not just us. Oh, Aaron.
I would pass out.
I know. Is that not the best idea?
That
At
would
least
be
maybe
great.
we're biased because we're your 90s, 2000s kids over here. But I think everybody loves the Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
My parents love the Backstreet Boys.
I think it's like gives, I'm just saying, it gives like the older generation and the newer generation, because you see a lot of kids go into the Sphere. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's cool. They're awesome.
Backstreet Boys are just happy. I
Do
just
you
think
think
that'd
they'll
be
sing
so
The
cool.
Call?
Oh, the call. Here's a story about the.
I love it.
That when that came out, I was like, how intense that music video. So here's the other thing. They said not only would we, serve as Super Bowl halftime, but we are modest enough to know that we need some more power hitters up there with us. They said we will bring in some of your other, like we could collab with NSYNC. Like, could you imagine if they brought up like they said something like get Britney back, whoever would be willing to join them. They said that's your Super Bowl halftime of a lifetime.
Let me run this by you. What if they did a mashup of like a Backstreet Boys song and an NSYNC song, and they all sang it together?
Aaron, that can't happen because our heads would explode.
I would be like clapping in my living room. Cheers.
They'd have to put like a warning up. Like if you are a millennial, you
have to go touch grass before you can come back inside.
You might combust from just the pure excitement. They kind of did this years ago. They had Aerosmith, NSYNC, and Britney at the height of NSYNC and Britney's fame. And of course, Aerosmith has always stayed relevant. So that was a huge show. I think someday we could see this happen, and I think people would love.
I would love it.
So there you have it. And just in case you can't get enough Backstreet Boys, go to the Sphere in Vegas. And I really need to go see that show. So let's make that happen.
Well, why don't we?
My sister said it was so fantastic. I can only
imagine.
She said they all too, they can still sing, they can still dance. It was a heck of a show. So putting it lightly. Aaron, let's move on to celebrity news now. This one, we're going to switch gears. We have had to do this week to week to week here.
It's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we got to bring it to you.
We debate, do we want to keep talking? We had another massive Hollywood star pass away this week, so we wanted to share that news today.
Yeah, and some tragic celebrity news. Actor Eric Dane passed away at 53 following his battle with ALS. Now, in a statement, Dane's publicist said he died on February 19th, and he was surrounded by family and friends in his final days. He's best known for his roles in Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria as Dr. Mark Sloan.
It's hard to not call him McDreamy, McSteamy, all the
I
nicknames.
almost did it. But Dr. Mark Sloan and Cal Jacobs. His death comes less than a year after revealing he was diagnosed with ALS, which is crazy. I was like really thinking about it, and I was like, I feel like he was just like starting to tell people.
Yeah, me too.
It's so unfortunate, but Dane is survived by his wife, Rebecca Gayheart, fellow actress, and their 2 daughters. It's
another one.
Such a sad, what a good actor.
I know, too young. Good person. I think a lot of the
James Van Der Beek, and we've lost a lot of people already.
Yeah. I love it always, too, when you hear what co-stars and fellow people in the industry, they don't have to say, but they don't say anything. And when they do, they've been writing just these prolific, just really impressive tributes. It just shows that, yes, we loved them on screen, but they were wonderful people off screen.
Praising their character.
Exactly.
I love it.
I know it's sad to have to share these stories, so we'll, continue to, at our best discretion,
hopefully,
decide.
We don't have to do this for another minute.
I know. We need everybody to know what we can't handle anymore. The fans fans, we can't take this anymore. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that story, Aaron. And then, like we said, we share it because we want to obviously, pay tribute to a wonderful career, wonderful person, and as fans of these characters and people in Hollywood, they will be missed.
Absolutely.
Now we are going to pivot to a story that actually read this one on the news the other day, and I was like, we need to bring this to the podcast.
Absolutely.
This one's pretty cool here, you guys. We love our Dolly Parton stories on the show.
We've had a lot of Dolly talk on here, and you know what?
It's all right
you
by
can't
us.
be mad about it.
Speaking of a Super Bowl halftime show, bring Dolly out there, guys. So a new partnership here is going to give Dolly Parton fans a break from their 9 to 5. You get it, Aaron?
I love that.
Ha ha ha. So Allegiant Air is launching a first of its kind Dollywood themed flight for one day only. It's going to be taking place this coming November. And what's happening here is travelers that are flying from Orlando to Knoxville will board a specially numbered flight 925, which of course is referring to her iconic song there. So the flight's going to include live entertainment. They're even going to have trivia contests. We would kill it. And themed food and drinks. So passengers, they'll also who also buy tickets to Dollywood will get discounts and access to special experiences the next day. That flight is scheduled to depart on November 6th.
Amazing.
Real quick before we move on, Dolly Parton hates flying.
Oh, really?
She does. It's kind of, if you're a fan of Dolly's, it's well known that she is not big on touring overseas and all that, because she just is not a fan of flying, and anywhere she can take her tour bus, she prefers to, because also she said, it's my tour bus. It has everything I need on it. It's like my home away from home. So Dolly Parton may not be joining you on that flight, but she'll meet you guys in Dollywood after your safe landing.
That would be crazy if she did. She just popped out.
I could see her doing it. She's the best. All right, you guys, we're going to recap another, major headline around the world right now, those Olympics.
Yes. Big sports news that we definitely couldn't skip past it, In the Olympics talk, Team USA defeated Canada in overtime for the first gold in men's hockey since Miracle on Ice season in 1980.
So cool.
It's so cool. The Women's USA team also took home the gold over Canada. And, in total, Team USA took home 12 gold, 12 silver, and 9 bronze medals in the Olympics.
That's right.
Finishing second overall, in Norway. It's crazy.
In a country where we're not known for a lot of snow. But
Not at all. But, big congrats to everyone who competed in that. You've got even a little bit of more in-depth for us.
We kind of picked the big top things, the big stories from the year. There are so many that we could talk about.
It would be another 30 minutes.
Another show for sure. This one was personally, I thought was cool, was the story of Alyssa Liu. So she's just been pioneering American figure skating here, making history as the youngest woman to win 2 U.S. national titles. And of course, she took home gold at the Olympics. It's been the first time in years. I think they said 24 years since an American figure skater, female, has won the gold medal. What's cool about her story here is she actually stepped away from ice skating. She said, I'm done. I'm stepping away for mental health reasons. I believe when she's not very old now. I think this was maybe a couple years ago when she was about 17, 18. She said, I'm done. And she kind of lived her life for a year. She went hiking and climbing mountains and just living life, only to then come back to the sport and completely through a new lens of appreciation and just dominated. So not only did she make history by, getting the gold and just killing it this year's Olympics, but, it's kind of neat to see someone fall out of love with something only to fall back in love with it and, have a new insight. Then the other part about her is just her style.
Yeah.
She had the coolest style, and it really made waves, especially her hair. She has a couple of cool piercings, and the way she would dress and stuff all outside of the rink. But she had this kind of ringed, only what I can describe, and this isn't going to sound very polite, but like a raccoon tail. It had little
I know exactly what you're
rings.
talking about, but she's cool.
It's cool, and what she's doing is she's growing it out, and for every, basically year and title, she adds a new stripe on her hair.
That's pretty cool.
Kind of funny.
I love that.
I love it. She's very just an individual and very authentic to her brand and style. So the sky's the limit for her.
Yes.
Although she could retire now if she wanted, because she did it. Okay, and my other one, Aaron, was Snoop Dogg. Anything that has to do with Snoop Dogg, and being
He's
at the
just cool as
Olympics.
hell.
Oh, he's so funny. So they brought him in as a viral commentator in 2021. It's like, how did this whole thing start?
Right.
So during, the pandemic and all that, and that just led to NBC hiring him as their special correspondent for the 2024 Paris Games, which then brings us now to the 2026 Winter Olympics. He is serving as Team USA's first ever honorary coach.
Oh.
Just doing some corresponding there and just kind of bridging that gap between sports and pop culture in the best way possible. I love Snoop Dogg. I think it's so funny. He goes from everyone loves him. I mean, maybe I'm speaking for too many people there, but I just think Snoop Dogg is the best. I think he's funny. I think he talk about authentic. So what's your take on seeing Snoop Dogg at the Olympics, Aaron?
I mean, you see what you get, or you get what you see. One of
Both.
the two. It's too early for me to comprehend phrases, but here we are.
That works for me. They're calling him the ambassador of joy.
What a title to have.
What a title.
Hey, me and him share it.
That's right.
Here.
Our fellow resident ambassador of joy at 14 News. Hey, maybe you and Snoop Dogg can collab, but don't forget about me, okay?
Of course. How funny.
I just find it's just one of those fun things that, I think was a cute idea to bring Snoop Dogg in on the action. And he has a phrase for everything. Hilarious. His one-liners are iconic.
It's so funny when he does commentary for like Animal Planet.
I love it too because
Have you seen that?
That's the best. Like, again, you got to check that out if you haven't
got
seen
to.
it. So I hope they bring him back for many more Olympics to come.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, let's wrap things up with our last segment of the day here.
Yes. On this day in history.
Yeah.
In this day in history and entertainment history, if you're listening to this on Friday when it drops, Pokemon was officially born.
Oh my goodness.
In 1996, the Pokemon phenomenon began with 2 video games, Pocket Monsters Red and Green for the Game Boy.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
What a time. I remember waiting for the school bus. My cousins, Kelly and Jordan, always had the Pokemon card. They were real into it. Our neighbor, Eric, that lived down the road. And I just remember being like, what is this? And I remember thinking, too, I bet, even at a young age, I was like, I bet if they hang on to these, they're going to be worth something someday. So it's kind of coming back around now.
Do you remember Pokemon Go was like the thing
just
like 10 years ago?
Yes.
I saw people driving home one time. It was 1 a.m. People were in the street playing it.
You're like, they're either on something or they're...
Yeah, I was like, are we on Scripps or are we on Pokemon Go?
Yes, literally, like, people would walk out into, like, they were so eager to get their little... person or whatever you want to call it, and they would walk out into like dangers. Like it was so random and kind of again another time to be alive.
Crazy.
So, yeah, I never really fell into the Pokemon.
I tried to get into it as a child, but I just couldn't.
Now you did mention Game Boy though.
I loved my Game Boy.
Your girl was all
Mario
about the Game
Kart,
Boy.
My Game Boy Advance.
I kind of wish we could bring that back. Like you go to restaurants and kids are sitting on like phones and iPads now. No judgment. Maybe
Not at all.
But it's like
anything to get your kid to shut up.
Honestly,
I'm 100% here.
Just trying to enjoy my breadbasket. And it's funny because like I used to play. I remember when I had a purple Game Boy Nintendo.
Oh.
And it was, I was so excited. That was one of my Christmas presents one year, and I took it everywhere, and it was so fun. I would play Super Mario, and it was just fun. It just kind of takes you back to those gadgets. And do you remember the CD players when we got the no skip?
Yeah.
Wow, we were living. We thought that was the future.
Technology
at its finest. So there you go. Speaking of history.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Well, guys, anything you want to add to this week's episode? I mean.
We are on the cusp of 30.
We did it.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
I don't know how we've gotten this far, but I'm not questioning anything.
We love
it's our pouring talent that we have.
Our passion project, if you will.
Yes.
So, well, and we are so glad to have you guys join us each and every week for anything, really regarding the world of pop culture. If you guys are talking about it at the water cooler at work, as they say.
We're going to be talking about it as well.
That's what this show's all about. So, well, Aaron, happy birthday again.
Thank you so much.
I know we're kind of getting past it now, but again, I want everybody, if you see him out and about, wish him a happy birthday. And
just scream it at me so I just jump.
He's like, oh my gosh, are they looking for Pokemons or are they looking to wish me a happy birthday?
What's the difference?
Either way, Guys, we love it. We are so happy to have you listen in and watch. And I guess that'll do it for this week's show.
Yeah. And before we go,
Yeah.
you can find us on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, YouTube, 14news.com. Go under podcasts, What's the Trend? And our latest episode will be there if you want to watch it.
Aaron Weeks, our current PR. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Have a good week.
Bye.